My girl said no, and I said just the tip.
How about we play a little game called Just the Tip?
Welcome to another episode of Scuzz Twittly's Just the Tip. I'm your host, Mike. Join me always, Matthew. Matthew, how you doing?
I'm doing so well. We have a theme song.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for shouting to Scuzz.
I'm going to see if we can get the rights to it. I don't know how we could do it, but
He doesn't care about those rights.
It seems like a match made in heaven.
Yeah. It looks like he's about us. Okay, the model in the video is Audrey Deluxe, who I maintain does not know what she's doing in this video.
Okay, Audrey Deluxe sounds like a porn star's name.
Yeah, it's definitely a fake name. The famous American bingo queen, burlesque bingo. Okay.
Oh, clickety-click, 66.
Yeah.
Dirty, number 30.
Okay. And also join me, the ever-loving, orange juice sipping, mum sunglass wearing, just the tip hat, Benjamin. How you doing?
Hey, thank you. Welcome everybody to 24 inches of cumulative fun and disappointment.
That's us.
Okay, so what's the split in the 24 inches, my friend?
Dude, I started off with 36 and I was like, that's unrealistic. So.
12 each.
12 apiece. Oh,
be
wait,
nice.
are we talking flaccid or hard?
You tell me. You've brought up the metric.
I think
so...
when you're talking when we're talking dick sizes, it's assumed hard unless otherwise stated. I watched a YouTube video, one on my feed the other day, and it's like they measured all the guys, they lined up based on who they thought would have the biggest dicks, and then there were different categories. So basically, it was length soft, length hard, and girth hard. And then they showed the results afterwards and where they actually lined up.
Was it like surprising? Did they have people who are at the end actually have the biggest dick?
The littlest dude, he was solid. He was muscly. The little guy, he had the big wang, and then like the more like feminine sort of guys had the littler wangs.
Okay, so there's hope for you yet.
Oh mate, I sit firm in the middle.
Yes.
Firm in the middle.
You've got a good podcast banana there.
Yeah, just getting a banana. What is that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
What are you doing with that?
Good evening, sir. Would you please leave without a fuss right now?
Stop it.
This is why we don't get traction on like YouTube recommended.
What are you gonna do with that?
Just the tip.
Okay.
It's come prepared. I like props.
I got one more set.
Okay, good.
Another set you can wait just in case the first one might broke or something.
Oh well, I might bring back the joke later in the episode.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Is it okay to eat this banana though? Like
absolutely.
Say,
yeah.
I better not leave this laying around the office, or else somebody will just like think that
The office. You mean your parents' basement? Clearly where you are.
No, that would involve a multi-story house, actually.
Single story only. What do you guys want to get to? You want to get to recap? We're going to get to last week. We all had the Sharks. Yeah, sounds good. Sharks won.
Yeah, we all had the Sharks.
Can we edit out the condom banana bit because it was so unnecessary for this whole episode?
It was weird.
Way too random.
It was a weird bit, and then you said you were going to put it in your asshole. It was weird. We can't edit it now because you brought it up in the middle of this part.
The amount of
you
things
off air
that you beg Matt to cut out of you, which he actually does. I asked for one thing.
Have I begged you to cut anything out, Matt?
No, the only time you ever asked me to cut something out is if you were like, you spent like a minute searching something and it wasn't good content. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I cut that out.
Saying a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty much like, hold on, let me find it. That stuff. I mean, Ben, if you really want me to cut it out.
No, cut it out.
There's only one.
Okay.
There's only one of us who has ever begged to have something cut out. I think
I've never begged.
Never begged. You've tried to reason.
I threaten.
You go through the motions, that's for sure. Did you ask your father why we all had the Raiders. Did you ask your father why he tipped the Eels against the Wars?
Yeah.
The Wars end up absolutely destroying the Eels, 46-10. Did that come up over the family dinner?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, yeah.
No, we didn't talk about the Warriors.
My father's dead, and Matt's father is not in our tipping comp, so I wouldn't know who he tipped. So
maybe next year. He's been getting into it.
Yours or mine?
Getting into it, George.
I hate. I got this feeling of lube all over my fingers. It is disgusting.
Well, now we can't cut it out.
Yeah. I mean,
just cut it out. But keep the lube bit in.
Yeah,
people need context. So anyways, Ben, so did Jeff tell you why he tipped the Eels?
We didn't speak about it. I think that's a no-go topic in this house. I don't like to.
Did you talk about every other game except that one?
You don't prod the tiger. Don't poke the dog.
Lachlan was the only one who had the dogs. Wow, shout out to Lockie.
Shout out.
We should have seen it coming. Toby Sexton going into the side, basically a reserve grade Rabbitohs. We really should have seen this one coming, but none of us did other than Lockie. Shout out. Did we all avoid the Titans' loss? We did. The three of us did. Where are you, Matt? Oh, there you are. Yep, we all took the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bullshit, right? Like, I was sort of in a daze after that game. I was a bit fucked up. Kind of bullshit on the rewatch, right?
No, on the rewatch, I think it was fair. Like, that they had been calling him out in the game for it, apparently. And then, I mean, looking at the replay, he was offside. He probably left a half second too early, and it sucks. Yeah. But I can't argue with it.
It sucks. It sucks to be Tanah Boyd and almost win the game for your team in a way, and then have someone just give away a silly penalty like that.
Man, can we talk about Tanah Boyd? Is he the greatest ever goal kicker of all time? I mean, sorry, conversion kicker, I mean?
Man, like, he's so good. He doesn't miss.
He's so accurate.
And he hit that field goal. It was just like, where's this kid? Where's this kid been? This kid's not going to the Dogs. I'll tell you that much.
No, sir. No, yeah, he's
staying right there.
He's definitely got obviously room to grow, and under Kieran Foran, he's definitely in the right spot. But man, I feel like if Ben Hunt came along next year, I think Tanah Boyd probably, I don't know, feel a little bit hard done by.
Yeah, for sure. I think he improves. Hopefully he sort of goes to reserve grade and hones his craft. But
he's had his time.
Who?
Tanah Boyd. He's old now.
Do you know who Tanah Boyd is?
Yeah, do you know who Tanah Boyd is?
Who is he?
Yeah, I do. He's the guy with the blondie hair.
Yeah, how old is he?
How old do you think he is?
I would say he's late 20s.
Oh, I think he would be early 20s. Yeah, he's 22.
Yeah. 22.
Oh, 22, 29. Semantics.
I think in maybe 2-3 years, 4 years max, we're going to see Tanah Boyd playing for Queensland. I'm going to say it.
Whoa, you said it.
I've said it. He's playing for Queensland in at most 4 years.
Well, I mean, so who else is there? Like there's Sam Walker, there's Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden's probably the...
Sam Walker plays for a shit club. Tom Dearden is the only person ahead of him. So who else is there? For
I'd
number
say
7.
Those three are I think the obvious choices. So I think, good shout.
It's good. It's good shit. We all still on Queensland?
No, I'm on the New South Wales.
Oh,
Blues.
Yeah, true. Ben, what are you doing?
I'm on the Queensland train. What's the odds at the moment? What are we talking?
I just clicked off of it. The odds, as per Sportsbet, New South Wales are paying $2.25 and Queensland are paying $1.67. So Queensland the favourites for the second game in a row.
I think it'll be either New South Wales just destroying them, or it'll be a close match, and either one could win.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm sniffing a three-peat. Should we get to some news this week?
News it.
Item. I feel like we should have a little. We should have a little theme there. A little news it.
Yeah, we should have a little news it thing. By the way, Mike, you're shifting away from the middle of your screen.
Center myself.
Yeah, center yourself.
Coward stuff. All right. First
No,
item of news here.
joking.
Everybody wants Tino and Deefy. Tino and Deefy had a clause in their contract saying that if Justin Holbrook got fired, they're free agents. They're free to go somewhere else. Why would you put that in there if you're going to fire the coach?
Well, maybe that they thought he was good. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is hands off, okay? They're not going anywhere. They're happy under Des Hasler, coming in, premiership winner. They love the Gold Coast. Tina's the captain. Deefy, they're both Queenslanders. Boo. They got family here. They're not going anywhere, so fuck off.
You can't even convince yourself, man. Pick a new team before you invest too hard. Don't bring your kids into this. That's
What do you mean?
I'm saying.
Who are you talking to?
I'm telling Matt to basically just become a Dolphins guy or pick a new team. Don't one day drag your future family into a Titans house. I'm just like, I'm saying that.
Are you on a boat? You are swaying all over the place, bro. Are you on like a boat or something?
I'm on a swivel chair.
Swaying up a storm over there. Okay, don't bring children into this world, Matt, and definitely don't bring them into a Titans membership, I think is what Ben's saying.
That's what he's saying.
No, the first one, no. Matt would be a fantastic father.
Oh, that's nice.
He'd be an even better father if his kids went for a winning team and didn't have to watch their father progressively degrade over time.
Is that what your father did?
Well, we've always had a winning team. Like, yeah, we've had our rough years.
Please look at the ladder and tell me.
Can you say you've always had a winning team if you're currently not winning?
There's some rough years. You don't, diamonds under pressure, all those things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's what I want you to do, Ben. All right, go to the rugby league ladder, the NRL ladder, 2023 men's ladder. I know where we are. And there's one team in 11th, and there's another team in 13th. Guess which one of those teams is the Titans and which one is the Roosters?
I understand where you're getting at. That's not my point. You get anomalies. Titans haven't had any anomalies yet. They've had a fair run. They've had a crack. It's time to move on.
I smell a bet here. Whichever team finishes higher on the ladder, let's say Titans finish higher, Ben, you have to name your firstborn son Matthew.
Yep.
And Ben,
I don't like the
versa.
name. It's got too many negative connotations to me.
Matt, your firstborn son has to be named Ben. What do you guys think about that bet?
Way better bet, Matt. Hear me out. Ignore this guy. My suggestion is whichever team between the Titans and the Roosters wins the next grand final. So that could be 1 year, that could be in 20 years. We don't know.
Oh, I'm not going to
remember. One party gives the other party $500.
You're not going to have $500.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
I'm gonna be up 1,000 once I've taken his.
If I do win, right? If that comes to fruition, there's no way you're giving me that money.
Yeah, there's no way. You're bad for it, dude.
I'll do that. I'll put it on paper.
You'll sign a legal document?
Put it on paper.
I'll sign a document. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's do it.
Well, Titans going to win 2 prems by 2030, so
that's the roadmap, is it?
You better get quick.
How many prems are Roosters going to win in that time? Have they promised any?
Well, think about the offer before I retract it. Let me know.
Okay, we'll put it on the table.
Right. We'll have a think about it. I like a more of an immediate bet, like who's finishes higher on the ladder this year, because I think that is a bit of a 50-50, to be honest. In my mind, they're both pretty close. So let's work out something with that, okay?
Yeah,
something the viewers can be involved in.
You want to argue a long-term argument using short-term metrics. I'm just saying, like, we're going to actually have, quantitative data over time. Let's use a potentially large body of time without an immediate payoff. Delayed gratification is the spice of life, Matt.
Matt, do you still have that Billy Madison clip?
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Get away from Tino and Deefy. They're out.
Wait.
Get out of here.
Yeah, get away. But can we just talk about the reported deal from the Bulldogs?
Gus Gould's come out today and said that was not ever true, and that it's just someone trying to undermine the club. They're going to, Ben, I know you didn't hear about this, but they're going to sign Tino, but give him shares in a pub instead of money. I did hear about
this.
Let's see. What do you think of that?
I don't know. Fair game to me.
Would you take money or shares in a pub?
I think the whole world needs to be more corrupt, so I'll always say whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's on brand. But yeah, I did see that clip of Phil Gould getting angry at Michael Chammas, the journalist on the whatever that show is that Channel 9 does, like Talking Footy or whatever, it's 100% Footy.
Yeah.
But yeah, denying it violently, saying someone made it up, getting angry, defensive. But
yeah,
no, in my mind, yeah, that definitely happened.
That was real. Yeah, 100%.
Didn't like the business owner or like the guy who's like, you know, like Nick Politis of the Bulldogs, he come out in like a newspaper and said that?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, bye, Ben. Camera's gone.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's like someone came out and was just like, oh yeah, this is what we're trying to do. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. There's not a. Where's the A4 printout of someone lying on the ground behind you?
Anyways, I'm probably going to live to regret this, and I say this, but Tino, he cannot be bought.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere. He's the captain, and he's a part of our long-term deal. And also Deefy, not going anywhere. He's the tip of the spear. We can't lose him.
Yeah. And
we shan't lose him.
We shan't.
Brad Fittler has admitted that he has no plans for Gutho coming off of the bench. Famously zero X Factor Gutho. No plans for him coming off the bench. This is ridiculous. I mean, I get it, but it's ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here? Matt, take the first hit up.
Yes, he said on the radio he does not have a plan for Clint Gutherson as of a couple days ago, whenever it was, at this stage, other than injury cover. So it just seems like just a pure fear-based selection so far. Yeah. I feel like the player we really need, and he's not available, is Jack Whiten off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Because, it would have been great.
He does cover all of those backs slots, as well as you could throw him in the second row for a bit. He's big and strong, and I think he's the perfect player for that role. And then I guess who else you got? I mean, Matt Burton, but he probably can't play wing. I guess that's the only concern here. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, how hard is it to play wing? Like, honestly, it's the
you
easiest
stand on the edge.
Field.
You just wait for the ball.
Yeah, you could push a center out there.
You catch the ball, you jump over the line.
Yeah, you can push a center out there. You're absolutely correct.
And that's why they're paid the least. And so they should be.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't bode well for tomorrow night.
It's not boding great, but have you seen the talk that Spencer Leniu?
That it's smoke and mirrors and that's Spencer's spot?
It could be smoke and mirrors either way. So he's a 19th man right now. But apparently he's been impressing, according to Buzz. Just reports at this stage, maybe he comes into the team. Likely that maybe either Clint drops out or one of the hookers drop out. I saw one of the journalists thinking to be Damien Cook that would drop out, but I doubt it.
Yeah, not with Cody Walker there.
I mean, I like it, but also it also might be smoke and mirror. It might be reverse smoke and mirrors, where like nothing's going to change, just to put some fear in Billy Slater. I don't know.
Just a mirror.
Just a mirror. Just a
no smoke.
Mirror.
Just a mirror. It's like a mirror with smoke in it. Yeah, nah, I hate it. I hate this. I smell a three-peat. Three in a row. Next little bit of news here. Josh Reynolds retires with dignity. Nothing else much to say that. Toby Sexton, he gives up his spot for Toby Sexton to join the team, and the Bulldogs have a famous win over the weekend. That's how you want to go out. You don't want to go out getting injured. You don't want to get pushed out and be like clamoring for another club. Or, I mean, going to the Super League wouldn't be so bad, but this is how you want to go out, on your own terms, at your own press conference.
He did go to the Super League.
He did, but no, you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to just go there and die, you know?
Yeah, go there and die. Yeah.
Like Maguire.
But how good was his press conference?
So good. I didn't watch it.
He was tearing out something fierce, saying how much it means to him and how it's changed him as a person, how much he loves the fans. Like, he's such a passionate guy about the Bulldogs. So I can see why they brought him back, just to provide some experience. Are you trying to wrap me up, Ben?
Yeah. I thought he was like bringing his fart smell to his mouth.
No, I use a glass for that.
Do you have to be somewhere, Ben? Do you go into MMA practice after this?
No, I'm the guy that lets you know you're waffling.
We're not waffling. We can edit this out.
Yeah, we'll edit it out.
We're fucking waffling. You put a condom on a banana. You shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, for no reason.
Why do you have a dress on your door? For no reason.
It's there. It's ready. It's been there the whole time. I'd feel bad taking it down.
Worn.
It doesn't even get worn. It's
At
just
least
chilling
hang
there.
Hang it up with pride. It's not even
It
straight.
is. It is with pride.
It's with pride.
Half of it's fallen off.
Look, bro, you're lashing out. You're just looking at my screen, looking to lash at something because you did a weird act with a banana again. Luke Bateman. This is what I wanted to bring up. Luke Bateman has joined the cast, the new season of The Bachelors, which I've decided we're going to be covering when it airs. So The Bachelors, there's going to be 3 Bachelors.
And
it's sort of like the thing. Yeah, another one of those situations. Luke Bateman played a few games for the Raiders, mostly coming off the bench, and then he went to Manly Sea Eagles. And the best thing I found about him while I was researching him was on Wikipedia.
The Bachelor, dude.
I feel like that's okay. Hang on, wait. Let's see. New South Wales under team starting at lock, scoring a try. During this match, Bateman was sledged by halfback Mitchell Moses, calling him a fucking gay cunt, heard by the live TV audience, and Moses was later slapped with a 2-match suspension for his derogatory comments. That's what I discovered today, that Mitchell Moses called someone a fucking gay cunt.
Well,
that's rough.
Is this season of The Bachelor? Is this season of The Bachelors a bye season?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. It could be, but I don't think so. I don't think Channel 9 are that brave.
Well, shit cunt for saying it, but watch this space.
Wouldn't that be a twist if there was the 3 men and then 2 of them got together? That's how you get a Logie.
That would be all fucking time.
There is one on that thing. What was that? What was that show? That thing? Sorry.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to say what I was going to say. Do you remember the season of The Bachelor where the honey badger Nick Cummins went on there and didn't pick anybody?
Yeah.
That's my favorite season of any dating show ever. Just going through the whole thing and be like, you know what? None of yous.
Yeah. Nick Cummins chooses the promotional material. He wants to be in Bonds ads. He doesn't want to actually have a relationship. He's asexual.
He Bond's competitor.
It was fucking genius.
I'm watching one of those shitty reality shows today, dude. They're mind numbing. I see why people do it. It's basically like drugs without drugs. You just put yourself in that state of just. I was watching Naked and Afraid in Love. It's like 2 years old, that season. Have you seen Naked and Afraid? Shout out to Naked and Afraid. No, it's a separate. It's a Love edition.
I've been Naked and Afraid and in Love. Shout out to Splendor.
Usually, always in that combination.
Yeah. Well, that's good stuff. Should we get to a little tipping?
I suppose so.
Quick bit of tip.
A little bit tip. Just the tip.
Just the tip. First game we've got here is Friday night, 8 p.m. Only one Friday night game. We've got the Newcastle Knights versus the West Tigers. Newcastle coming off the bye. I don't believe the West Tigers had a bye last week, right? They got absolutely pumped by someone.
Lost to the Sharks.
Lost to the Sharks by a lot. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to take the first one here. The Knights at home. Knights absolutely pumped the Dogs 2 weeks ago. Like, granted, it was a little bit of a different Dogs side. I feel like having a rest, having Frizzell not in Origin camp is going to be good, although they've got that other edge in Origin coming off. Matthew?
They've got Jacob Saifidi and Bradman Best in Origin.
Yeah. I doubt Saifidi plays this quick of a turnaround. I doubt they play, but still, I am going to take the Knights here, 1-12. Benjamin, who you got for this one?
Yeah. It's a poo slinger. I'm telling you, these Origins just make for poo slingers. I've got the Knights on this one. I think it's pretty safe-ish, but we'll, not tipping the Tigers.
Nah, not even with Appy Coruscant back.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince at number 6.
Yeah, he doesn't know who either of those players are.
All right, Matt.
I know both those players are. Fuck it.
Who's the Fresh Prince?
Why are you drinking so much? Like, what's going on here?
Why are you consuming so much food?
Talking to you, Ben.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
What are we doing?
asking you why you feel the need to consume so much food
He
and
wasn't
drink
listening.
water.
I'm done. I'm done with the food. I've eaten both bananas.
Unrelated to the
I've drunk
question.
my orange juice. I've got a little bit of water to go, and then I'll be done with consuming. That's half the fun of this. It's just eating and drinking whilst enjoying.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great content.
Well, if you ask me about this game, Mike,
I am.
I'm also going to say the Knights win this game. Yeah, the Coruscant's back from his broken jaw, which is great for them. Also, Alex Twal back from suspension. Newcastle, they get Dan Gagai back. They've just been in much better form. They're coming off the bye. They're at home, not super Origin affected. So I'll say the Knights win by 8 points.
I didn't expect you to wrap that up so quickly, so I took a sip.
I saw.
Next game, we've got the Bulldogs versus the Brisbane Broncos. We've got Tristan Saylor at fullback. Payne Haas is still out with an injury. Toby Sexton retains his spot. Let's see. Josh Adokar is named to back up. What else have we got? Pat Carrigan is in the reserves. Even still, you could probably put out the Broncos reserve team more or less, and I think I would still take the Dogs on this one. The Broncos on this one. But I don't know. The Dogs could be coming up. The Dogs could be biting everybody on the ankles and really surprising towards the end of the season. They might have that Titans 2019 season about them where now they statistically can't make the finals. They're actually going to start winning some games. I could absolutely see that happening. But regardless, I am going to take the Broncos. Matthew.
Yeah, also got to go. Oh, a new background. Also got to go with the Broncos here. For the Dogs, I think Fox is their only Origin player. He's named to back up. They've got their rookie Blake Wilson. Keeps his spot on the wing after scoring 3 tries against the Rabbitohs last week, so good for him.
Yeah, he was good.
Bit of a shout out to Ryan Sutton for the Dogs. He's out with a neck injury. He's had a bit of a horror run with injuries as well.
They've faked it.
They've just got so many injuries in the forwards. It's crazy, the Dogs. But yeah, the Broncos still missing Haas, still missing Walsh. They should get the job done here. So I'll say they win by 10 points.
Yeah, fair. Benjamin.
Bronx.
Terrific. Next game we've got is Saturday at 5:30 p.m. We've got the Manly Sea Eagles. When you do it every time, it's not a joke. Manly Sea Eagles versus the North Queensland Cowboys. The Cowboys are paying $1.64. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm pretty sure all Origin players are named to back up. Yep, Val Holmes. Usually Val Holmes is in the reserves, but he's named to back up here. They're not doing that to me. Yeah, DCE's named to back up. He's an old man. He might not. Let's see. Benjamin, you can take this one.
Yeah, I'm doyen on this boy. I'm doyen. It was a harder one. You're gonna doy at this point. I'm tipping strategically now. For me, it's not anymore about which team's gonna win.
Okay. Oh man. I know you went to your little shipping container and got your microphone, but I don't think we can use that again. I could hear your throat moving.
Is it really detailed?
Yeah, it was bad,
no,
dude.
I like
Dude,
that.
I could hear myself eating the banana, and it was just like.
Yeah, I too am gonna doy mad hard here. I'm looking at Saturday, and this is actually not a bad night of footy. Right? These are all more or less pretty close games. Well, at least they should be. I'm going to doy. Matt, what do you got for this one? Give us some expertise.
I'm also a cow doy.
Stick him up, you codgers, I'm a cow doy.
Yeah, as you said, pretty much all of the Origin players, they're named to back up, so let's see if that actually happens. For the Cowboys, they have the same 17 players that put 74 points on the Tigers just before their bye, so they're off the bye. I like them certainly in this game. I think the Manly Sea Eagles, they might be on a bit of a come up, but the Cowboys are just in hot form right now. So I'll say they win by, 10 points. The Cowboys win.
Yeah, that's fair. I love that these teams are in 9th and 10th place, right in the middle of the ladder. That's good aesthetically. That pleases me. Next game, I mean, is anyone really going to take the Chocobos here, or are we all on the little Stormy boys, our purple boys? What do you think? I'm going to take the purple boys. Let's swing back around. Matt, who you got?
Okay, all right. Do a little reversey.
Yeah. Ping pong.
On paper, Storm. Games at the SCG, by the way. Sydney Cricket Ground. 'Tis the season. But for the Storm, yeah, all of their 3 Origin players are named to back up. For the Roosters, though, the reinforcements are back. Cheese is back. Egan Butcher, Jake Turpin, Billy Smith, Joseph Suoliti, all return after various issues. They got Tedesco and Collins named to back up. At the start of this year, I would say this is a flip of a coin match. But the Roosters have just been so disappointing lately. Yeah. If they win this match, I wouldn't be surprised, just because that's what we expected of them. But I am going to tip the Storm. I'll say 7 points. This is our margin game, I think. So I'll say Storm by a bit of a weird margin.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Storm by 4 points. I mean, the Cheese has been out with a hand injury for so long, and he's coming off the bench. Do you think he plays more than 40 minutes? Both of you?
Maybe 30. Maybe 30.
30? What do you got, Ben?
I think he'll play about 50, 60 minutes.
Yeah, they might be deciding to use the Cheese how he's meant to be used, as like an impact forward off the bench. Billy Smith, that's fine. Egan Butcher is probably the best out of all 4 of these returning players. I'm not counting Dylan Napa. Ben, who you got for this one?
Chook.
Oh, little porcelain Chook.
Here we
go. Yeah. So you are taking the Chocobos on this one. That's terrific. By how many points?
No, I can't do it. Storm.
Oh.
I didn't have a picture, like a little Storm porcelain thing. So
well, you should get one. Sunday we have got. I'll get you one.
Link in the description below if you want to get a Storm porcelain doll from us.
I am putting Mikey's little stamp game of the round on this one. We have got the Waz at home at Go Media Stadium, whatever the fuck that is.
That's not a very sexy stadium name.
That's Mount Smart Stadium. That's the
Mount
usual.
Smart. Cool.
What is the sexiest stadium name? Let's give a shout out to a stadium.
The sexiest stadium name is Seabus Super Stadium.
No, I got to see a list of stadiums.
I'd say Trallions, probably.
Mm-hmm.
PointsBet. McDonald Jones. What did we call that?
Park.
4 Pines. Fuck, don't start me. They all suck.
4 Pine. Okay.
Campbelltown? No, they all suck dick.
Oh, Marvel Stadium's pretty good.
That's I'm pretty sure that's an AFL oval.
Yeah, that's not a traditional NRL ground.
4 Pines. 4 Pines is easy on the ears.
It's a beer.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'll get started with this one. Waz at home. Sharks cannot beat teams above them. We've established that. They haven't done it yet. Thusly, I will be taking the Waz for this one. Benjamin, who have you got for this?
I have gone against your prediction, and I've gone the Sharks. I don't know. It looks like the Sharks over time have been a bit of a Warriors bogey team, so I'm hoping that those gods will come out to work this weekend.
Perfect. Matthew, what sense?
Well, so the Warriors, Sean Johnson is named to play. There was a bit of talk he'd missed last week with the birth of his second child. Has not happened yet, as far as I understand.
And that kid is doing the fucking thing on the inside of the womb like this. Yeah. He's been like, no.
Yeah. He's
wait for the bye round.
We'll see what happens this week. They got Josh Curran back from suspension as well.
He's watching KO like inside his mum's tummy, and they're trying to say like, listen, we've got KO out here. Come, we can watch Daddy in real life. And he's like, no. There's another world out here. Come on, buddy.
Yeah. It's a good joke. Good joke. For the Sharks, same 17. They beat the Tigers last week. The Warriors actually beat Cronulla by 2 points earlier this season. So the question is, do the Sharks get revenge? Warriors are at home. This is a hard one to tip. I checked the weather forecast, only partly cloudy. No rain forecast as far as I understand. So it's, as you said, Mike, if we go by the assumption that Cronulla cannot beat teams in the top 8, then in that case, I'm tipping the Warriors by 4 points.
Yeah. That's a good bet.
Fuck.
Keep an eye on Sean Johnson. If he's out, 100%, I'm on the Sharks.
Oh, look at this guy. He's just, if you just tip the same thing that we tip, we can't catch you. Is that the theory, Ben?
I'm not. I told you this in person. You're not a threat at this stage in the competition to me. I have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
I have bigger brooks to kill.
That's good stuff. Who's
bigger
in
brooks
third?
to kill? Episode title. Boom.
Mike, you and I should both flip to the Sharks.
Yeah, let's go to the Sharks. Did Axel get? Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, let's go to the Sharks. Sounds good. Yeah, keep an eye on Sean Johnson for sure. And if he doesn't play, then yeah, flip to the Sharks. But this is like the Warriors' last hard game for the rest of the season. They've got the bye next week, right, Matt? And then it's just smooth sailing for the rest of the season.
I think next week is the Dolphins have the bye, so it might be the one after.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So one after that. Speaking of, the aforementioned Dolphins are versing the Panthers at home. Is this at Suncorp or fucking KO?
This is KO.
Fuck yeah, you love to see it. Nathan Cleary, named in the reserves, probably not going to play, right? But just a little heads up for everybody who plays fantasy football. He's coming back. He's on the horizon.
They really don't need him.
They don't need him. They're doing fine, especially against this Dolphins side. Valence Tavare has been dropped for some reason. Does it say why? No, he's just out.
Well, they've got the Hammer and Ewan Aitken in the centers, I believe. So just not enough room, I guess. And then Nicarima's doing well at fullback. So
doing great. Who you got for this one, Benny?
I'm on the Panthers, but I smell an upset.
Yeah. Sean O'Sullivan revenge game, you smell.
We'll see. No one's going to tip it.
No one's going to tip it, especially not you. Matt, who have you got for this one?
Oh, this is just a straight easy tip. I mean, you gotta tip the Panthers every single week, in my opinion, unless they're against the Parramatta Eels. That's their one weakness. Yeah. Question is, how much do they win by? I'll say they win by 18 points, Penrith.
Do you think Kles plays?
Well, so here's my argument for yes playing, because it's I guess in comparison, probably an easier game to come back in. So maybe he plays 50 minutes. They're squanching him, and then has a rest. Put Jamin Salmon in the halves. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know, but not required. But mind you, why would they name him if they, at least even in Jersey 24, even if they didn't have some sort of plan as to maybe playing him? They're definitely thinking about it.
They're definitely thinking about it. Jack Cogger only plays 5/8 and halfback and comes off the bench. Yeah, maybe Jack Cogger will slip out. And yes, you're right. Salmon can play in the halves if Kles takes a little breather or needs a little breather. And Sonny Luke can probably play in the halves as well, I bet. Panthers all day, every day.
All day.
Next game, last game.
This is the game of the round.
This may or may not be the game of the round. I don't know. Let's have a look at these teams.
Mike, I know a game of the round when I see one.
This has got the Matty stamped game of the round.
Stamped.
I don't think there's any way after we barely beat the Dolphins that I can wholeheartedly tip the Titans here. So I am taking the Eels. Matthew, who have you got for this one?
Tricky. Eels, their 3 Origin players are backing up. For us, we have 4 Origin players, all named. They weren't there last week when we lost to the Dolphins. I was saying on the drive home that if we just had one of those players, I think we win that match.
Yeah.
Jaden Campbell was amazing. Apparently broke, I think, the run meters record for the Titans.
He did, yes.
Over 300 meters. So shout out to JC, the strongest,
I think it was.
Strongest and lightest bones in the NRL.
Yeah.
But he's on the bench for this game, which means that along with Jojo Fifita, we have 2 outside backs on the bench.
Yeah, it's weird.
And apparently Jamin Jolliffe is injured, as well as Stimson. So now we've got Chris Randall on the bench being used as a middle forward with Aaron Clark. Is this the smallest bench in rugby league history?
It could be, yeah. Why haven't they just dropped Jojo and put Baby Horse in there?
Yeah, Baby Horse. Jacob Alaku, I thought was great.
He did all right. Yeah, he was fine last week.
It's got to be the time. I would love to see kilogram wise. You got Jojo, Jaden Campbell, who's famously bird boned, Chris Randall, who's a hooker, and Aaron Clark, who was a hooker 2 years ago. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, Ben?
I think I'm going to leave it up. Matt, I need your help. Can you roll the dice, your D20? If it's between 1 and 10, we'll go the Titans, and if it's between 11 and 20, we'll go the Eels.
You're on the fence with this one, are you, Benji?
Yep.
Okay. Well, here it is.
You've been going to too many Titans home games. You believe. 9.
The number is 9.
Okay.
So that means the Titans.
Titans. Sam Verrill's first try scorer.
Yeah, I mean, not
All
too
right.
bad. But
So
mind you, Ben's on the Titans.
Who are you on, Matt?
I'll be taking Parramatta in this one.
That's smart.
We snatched a win over Para earlier this year. Up until that point, they had a really good record against us. This is definitely a game we can win. I'm really concerned about the bench, and then we've got that puts a lot of stress on Tino, Mo, Fifita, who have played Origin to play big minutes as well. So unless something changes with this team list, I'm not feeling super safe.
Yeah, you're right. I think Baby Horse comes in. Jacob Alec even. Yeah, I don't think Jojo plays. I think you're right.
Can you roll?
Oh,
sorry.
We've lost you.
Said, can you roll?
Can you roll?
Froze.
Can you roll for Waz and Sharks? Waz low, Sharks high.
Please don't. Let's get to the comments for this week.
Thank you. Why are you so short this week? What's your hurry?
We got a show to do. We got to keep it moving. We can't go back.
Yeah.
Only forward.
We're having a conversation. You're forgetting our roots.
If I swim backwards, I will die.
Stop making this for what you think people are going to watch this want. You don't even know what you want. Like, how can you assume what anyone else wants?
I know what I want.
You just have fun
I want.
Enjoy your time.
There's two things I want. I want to keep moving forward, and I want you to stop changing your fucking background. Okay?
This is the last one. I've settled on blur. I've settled on blur.
It looks like dog shit. I wish you had just left it as just whatever the background was.
Last one.
Keep it normal. Keep it normal.
It's 2. When you said that was the last one, you lied.
Yeah, I didn't know it would skip it. It was an algorithm fuck up.
All right. Harry writes, I believe those elusive sausage toys you were discussing were called Baby's First Fleshlight.
Baby's first. And also, Ben, read the comment I left.
It says Benny's first fleshlight.
That's right.
Do you remember your first fleshlight, Benny?
It was bought for me. It wasn't a flashlight. It was one of those like circle thing. It wasn't like the full device that we bought somebody else for their birthday. It was just like a thin rubber thing. You use it like 2 or 3 times and then it's just mank and then that's it.
Okay.
Have you used a flashlight?
No.
Let's play Never Have I Ever for the viewers.
Matt?
Have I used one?
Yeah.
I have.
Really?
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like? Can I get reviews?
I would say it was good. Lot of cleanup involved. Like, I don't know if it's worth to use it all the time, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why you got to be rich and you dispose them. You just use it once, throw it out.
Yeah. When I'm done jerking off, I want to get my shame away as quickly as possible. I don't want to have to put it in the dishwasher, you know?
But when you're like, doesn't you fighting around for some sort of way to clean up before you've dropped your nut, like, doesn't that take away from the moment?
No.
Worry about where
no, I prepare beforehand. I've got it all ready. You know, I've got my dispensary unit ready to go.
Sitting on your king chair.
Yeah.
That sounds, man, your jerk off sound way too premeditated and clinical.
It's not premeditated if it's just ready to go all the time, you know?
I bet you split the bill on the first dates too.
Well, it depends. Next comment I've got. Ben, this is from Rugby League History. He writes, Ben looks like Wayne Grow off the movie Heat, starring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. That's playing at New Farm Cinema this weekend. Oh, Wayne Grow. I didn't even look it up. Hang on.
How do I spell
it? Yeah, that's sorta. This guy's got more hair than you.
What's it called?
Wayne Grow. Waingro.
Oh, this guy looks like a serial killer.
That's a deep cut. It would be funny if Brooks didn't play any finals or just got the one finals game, similar to David Nofaluma, who went on loan to Melbourne. Nearly 180 first grade games, got to play finals, and they were turfed out by Canberra in the first week. Classic. Love that shit.
We can block particular accounts from watching us, can't we? We have that.
Nope.
No?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah. Just a question.
Just
for anyone watching that wants to.
We are going to get to it soon, but there is a strange thing within the Stern blood that makes them hate rugby league history, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, what is it? Could you talk to us about that, Ben?
I don't know. I haven't had any discussions with anyone else about. Can
you please every single week?
I like the participation of him or her.
It doesn't sound like you do, because every single week you complain that they're participating.
Yeah, but they're always throwing me under the bus. Why don't Matt, Mike, like they've both got checkered histories. I'd fucking give them a bit of a.
You know what? To be fair, rugby league history. Next, in the comments for this video, can you please say something bad about Mike and I?
Please.
No.
Let's just even the scales. Let's even the scales.
Yeah.
Please leave Matt out of this.
Don't
bring Matt as collateral.
All right. Speaking of collateral, Jeff Stern writes, I don't normally assimilate cocksucking with rugby league unless we're here to talk about Ian Roberts. Told you, Adam Garreau writes, told you Queensland are going to clean sweep. Coates first try. He misspells Coates.
With a K?
No, he just doesn't put an E on the end.
No E.
Oh, that's close enough.
Yeah. Nah.
I hope you're wrong. Hope you're wrong, Adam.
Yeah, it'll be hard for a Coat to score a try. I'm going to skip the next comment because it is actually talking about you. Do you appreciate that?
I'm going to have a look at these. This is uncalled for. just move on from it while I look at it. Read the next one.
I tell you what, Mike, if you want to say that comment, but swap the names around.
Yeah. What on earth is rugby league history wearing? It's a jumper made from his foreskin of his enemies.
That's right.
I was hoping we'd get through one episode without saying that word. I was intentionally not mentioning anything about the F word tonight, and you had to bring it up.
Sorry.
Almost an hour, 30 seconds off an hour.
Your dad wrote a comment an hour ago.
Can I stop calling him my dad?
Well, that's what he is. He wrote, Ben, can you please give Matt some advice on how to combat premature ejaculation?
Yeah, please.
I don't think Matt has a problem with PE. I reckon Matt's fine.
I appreciate that. Listen, I feel like as men, we all have our moments.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's a mind game.
What about if there's a listener? Oh yeah, sorry, you were going to say. I was going to say, what about if there was a listener who suffers from PE?
I reckon always it's because you're too horned up. Just think about like something you're really mundane, like shopping or having like warm soy milk on Weet-Bix, or just like what you're going to do tomorrow. Don't think too far off, or else you'll lose it. But just wave in and out. Pull out if you're going to nut. You got any tips for the boys? Anyone watching?
I'd say it helps to have a cream pie fetish, but also be terrified of having kids.
Also get circumcised. That apparently helps too.
Great equilibrium.
Yeah, my advice would just be, as Ben said, just slip on out, do something else for a little bit. Take a second. Maybe go down on her for like a couple minutes, and then you go back in. Recharge.
Why don't you stop focusing on so much your pleasure? Focus on her pleasure, and just get your head out of get your head out of it. Get out of your own head is basically the overarching thing.
Easier said than done sometimes. Get out of your own head.
Also take control, take charge of the situation. Like nothing will pop like a 1 week built up mic, like just a reverse cowgirling on a Friday night.
Am I reverse cowgirling?
You're getting cowgirled.
Wait. Okay.
You're power bottoming.
Yeah, he's the horse.
Yeah. Wait. Does a horse lay on its back?
No, well, because the cowgirl's riding the horse. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what cowgirl is, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know what a cowgirl is, but in my head, you were like the horse.
It's a sexual position.
Yeah, but like, it
like a big bag of sand.
It doesn't make sense to me. But actually, if you think about reverse cowgirl, how does that make sense? Because the physical cowgirl is on the horse's back. Shouldn't she be on the bottom?
Cowgirl's when the girl's on the top.
Yeah, I know what it is, but why is it?
Yeah. So you're laying down.
So you don't have
you're the back of the horse, and the girl's on top, right? This is
Yeah.
regular
But
cowgirl, and she's going
shouldn't
first.
my back-
Going like this.
Shouldn't my back be the back of the horse?
Mike, I'm surprised.
Wait,
surprised.
what? Wait, you're confused, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you mean your back is the back of the
As somebody
Yeah.
like you that's had so many like people that they weren't attracted to that they've slept with, surely you understand this technique's great for not having to look at them, at least in the face or
Name
the
names.
eyes.
Beep out these names.
I'll give initials.
Yeah. Lisa S. No, that's too
I
obvious.
know all the worst ones. All the worst ones we don't know about. 100%.
100%. Should we do a hypothetical? Or is that it?
Let's do a hypothetical.
Yeah, go. I don't have one.
We should have. Can we pause and then come up with one?
No, we can come up with one on the spot.
Do you want to give me a smack on the wrist, a smack on the hand for bullying you while we pause?
I tell you what. Here's a good one. We talked about this the other day, but I think it bears really digging into this and thinking about it. It's not a hypothetical, it's more of a question. If you were to take every single foreskin that was ever cut off a man's penis over the course of human history and tied them and sewed them all together in a long line, like a long foreskin whip, how long would that whip be? Like, would that whip of foreskin
I don't like the sewing. The sewing, because you're losing length by sewing them in together. I think just placing them end to end, like the longest point.
No, because I want to be able to whip it.
Yeah, you want to be able to like pick it up and like fling it like a.
You're not
How long
going
would
to
it be?
fling it, dude.
If you had that foreskin whip, would you be able to whip the moon while standing on the ground?
I think so.
Let us know in the comments.
How
That's
far
ridiculous.
away is the moon?
How far away is the moon?
Ask ChatGTP how many foreskins there were in history. And
it's give or take 384,000 kilometers away. How long have I been snipping dicks for? Probably only like 4,000 years. So
I think it includes unsnipped as well. Like it's every single dick that ever existed.
No, it's got to be circumcised. You're not putting my.
Oh, that's such a small amount, dude.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
What is the average length of a foreskin? The common length of the prepuce is 6.4 centimeters. Okay, 6.4 centimeters. Let's go with that. So,
is that from ridge to end?
How many people
Ridge to
are? I'm not sure. Circumcised a year.
God. I didn't want to talk about this episode.
Around 38% of men globally are circumcised.
38,000 globally.
38%. 38%.
It's a better 38%.
Male.
This is going to be hard to work out the maths on this, but I'm dedicated to it. How many people have ever lived on Earth?
Okay.
Around 117 billion members of our species have been born. Okay, so let's times that, divide that by 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
58 billion how many of those do we think have been circumcised? I think there was a long time in the ancient times where no one was being circumcised.
Like caveman times, but they did it a lot, like maybe 2000 BC. They did a lot. They did it a lot back then, just to stop diseases because people weren't able to properly clean themselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like they did it a lot until about the 90s, where they stopped doing it. So I think.
Should we say out of that number, maybe like 25%?
I was going to go higher.
I've got ChatGTP on the case, and they're doing a really good job.
That's terrific. I think. Would you say 38% of men now? I would bump that up to at least 48% for entire men.
Because you also got to think about, long time ago when we were just.
I've got a size. I've got a number.
Wait. Just let's see if we can come to it.
Yeah, you hold that number and we'll see if we can get it.
We're doing our own homework here.
So you think go low? Let's go low. Fuck it. We'll go low.
I reckon 25%.
Let's go 25%.
All right. So divide that number by 4. So 14.5 billion men, according to our maths, have been circumcised in the history of mankind. So, and we know that the average length of a foreskin is 6.4 centimeters. So times 6.4, divide by 100. So this is how many meters? Well, just
wait.
You were so hasty. Okay. So that's how many meters it is. What about kilometers? All right. What's the distance from here to the moon?
384,000 kilometers.
We can whip the moon, boys.
We're whipping the moon.
Crack that whip.
What did ChatGPT say?
I've got a size. It is.
Wait, what did you ask it? Can we get some?
I've asked it, what would be the cubic volume of foreskins for all human history? Calculating cubic volume of foreskins throughout human history would involve several factors and assumptions, assuming blah, 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 and then it gives you all the numbers, formulas, But basically what that boils down to is 6.051 times 10 to the power of 14 centimeters cubed. Now, if you can give me that in something I can wrap my head around, that would be fantastic.
Okay, yeah, not what we were looking for, because we're talking about not in cubic foreskin, we're talking about in whip form.
Whip form, yeah.
So according to our maths, the length of the whip would be 928,000 kilometers.
Okay, cool. We can probably wrap it around the moon and have a little bit extra.
We could make a foreskin lasso.
Yeah. I was thinking, would we need to like fray it at the end like a whip? We could put little frays at the end and then whip it like that. But no, we could lasso it.
We could have like, those whips that people whip their backs with, like a flagellance whip. We could
have a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna whip that moon.
I got a measurement in kilometers cubed if you do want to know volume.
Crack that whip.
Licorice whip.
There's an episode title for you.
Let us know in the comments if you want the number. I've got the cubic kilometers.
What's the cubic kilometers?
I don't know if your little brain can process this, Mike.
All right. Shall we do a thumbnail then?
I suppose so. All right. Yeah, let's do a thumbnail. I don't know.
Yeah, we just had a whip.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do.
There we go. Oh, good stuff. All right, take us out, Benny.
Take us out.
I've been Ben, Mike, and Matt. Go fuck yourselves. Good night.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. It's done. It's over.
So quick.
When we play a little game called Just the Tip. When we play a little game called Just the Tip.